When Drew McIntyre starts beef with a literal baby, you know we've officially entered the wildest timeline in wrestling history. That's right, the Scottish Warrior decided that beating up grown men wasn't enough chaos for 1 week, so he went ahead and took shots at Naomi and Jimmy Uso's unborn child on social media, because apparently that's where we are now as a society. Let's rewind and figure out how we got to the point where a 6'5" professional wrestler is trading barbs about babies on Twitter like it's a normal Friday night. This week's SmackDown was already spicier than a ghost pepper eating contest. Cody Rhodes came out to address last week's disqualification finish in his undisputed WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre, because heaven forbid we have a clean finish in a title match anymore. Before Cody could finish explaining why WWE loves non-finishes more than actual resolutions, Drew McIntyre interrupted him faster than someone cutting you off in traffic. The Scottish Warrior wasn't just there to exchange pleasantries and talk about the weather in Scotland. Oh no, Drew came out swinging verbally at everyone within earshot. He took shots at Cody, which was expected. But then he decided to expand his target list and went after the Bloodline, specifically Jimmy Uso. Now, if you know anything about the Bloodline, you know that talking trash about them is like poking a bear with a stick, except the bear is Samoan and has a history of jumping people in parking lots. Jimmy Uso, being the reasonable and level-headed individual that he absolutely is not, decided that words require immediate physical responses. Big Jim came out of nowhere like a missile with a mullet and assaulted Drew McIntyre because that's how problems are solved in WWE. Forget conflict resolution classes, just hit people with super kicks until everyone understands your perspective. This altercation set up the main event of the show, a no disqualification match between Jimmy Uso and Drew McIntyre, which is code for, we're about to destroy some furniture and each other. The match went exactly how you'd expect a no DQ match to go. Weapons were used, rules were ignored, and someone probably got hit with a steel chair at least 3 times. In the end, Drew McIntyre hit Jimmy with the Claymore kick, which is basically a boot to the face traveling at the speed of a Scottish person running toward haggis. Drew won via pinfall, but winning the match wasn't enough for him. He decided to continue the beatdown on Jimmy after the bell because apparently reading the room isn't one of Drew's strengths. Enter Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare turned American hero, rushing out to save Jimmy Uso from further destruction. It was a noble gesture, really trying to stop the post-match assault like some kind of wrestling superhero. But this is WWE, where good deeds are punished with finishing moves. Cody got absolutely flattened with another Claymore from McIntyre, and SmackDown ended with Drew standing tall over 2 of WWE's biggest stars, looking like he just won the lottery and robbed a bank on the same day. But here's where this story takes a turn into absolutely bonkers territory. After the show ended, Drew McIntyre decided to continue his reign of chaos on social media, because beating people up on television isn't enough in 2025. He posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, using Naomi's catchphrase, "Proceed with caution." Now, for those who don't know, Naomi is married to Jimmy Uso, which makes her directly connected to this entire situation. She's also currently pregnant, which is a detail that becomes hilariously relevant in about 30 seconds. Naomi saw Drew's tweet and decided she wasn't about to let the Scottish Warrior use her catchphrase without permission. The Glow fired back with one of the funniest responses in recent wrestling Twitter history. She hilariously asked if anyone could volunteer to carry her baby so she could return to WWE TV specifically to beat up Drew McIntyre. Imagine being so fed up with someone that you're literally trying to outsource pregnancy just to get back in the ring and handle business. That's the level of pettiness we're dealing with here, and honestly, we're here for it. Now, a normal person would see a pregnant woman threatening to come back and fight them and think, maybe I should de-escalate this situation. But Drew McIntyre is not a normal person. He's a Scottish chaos agent who apparently woke up that morning and chose violence against everyone, including hypothetical future children. Drew replied to Naomi with a tweet that crossed every possible line. He said he loved the Glow, which is nice, but then immediately said he hoped her baby wouldn't turn out to be a certain derogatory term like his daddy, referring to Jimmy Uso. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the absolute audacity. Drew McIntyre looked at a situation involving a pregnant woman defending her husband and thought, you know what this needs? Me insulting their unborn child. It's the kind of heel work that makes you wonder if Drew has any friends who can take his phone away when he's feeling spicy. Talking trash about another wrestler is standard operating procedure. Taking shots at their baby crosses into territory that would make even the most villainous wrestling characters say, bro, maybe chill. But wait, there's more, because this social media exchange wasn't done cooking yet. Naomi, being the absolute legend that she is, clapped back at Drew with another hilarious response. She called him out for assuming her baby's gender, which is both a legitimate point and a comedic jab wrapped into one perfect tweet. Then she doubled down with another warning, telling Drew not to call her when her baby comes after him in a nursing home 20 years from now. Imagine that scenario. The year is 2045, Drew McIntyre is in a nursing home somewhere in Scotland, and Jimmy and Naomi's fully grown adult child shows up to settle a score from before they were even born. That's generational beef on a level that would make The Rock and Roman Reigns proud. The beauty of this entire situation is how it perfectly encapsulates modern wrestling. You have the in-ring action on SmackDown with the no DQ match and the post-match chaos. Then you have the social media extension where wrestlers continue storylines and create new drama in real time. It's like watching a TV show that never actually ends because the characters keep interacting between episodes on Twitter. Drew McIntyre is out here creating enemies faster than most people make friends, and he's doing it with the kind of confidence that only comes from being 6'5" and able to kick people's heads off. What makes this even more entertaining is that everyone involved is fully committed to the bit. Drew is leaning into being the absolute worst person possible. Naomi is firing back with humor and threats in equal measure. Jimmy Uso got his revenge in the ring even though he lost. Cody Rhodes tried to be a hero and got claymored for his troubles. It's a perfect storm of wrestling storytelling where everyone gets to shine in their own way. The question now is, where does this go from here? Will Naomi actually return to WWE TV after having her baby specifically to fight Drew McIntyre? Will Jimmy Uso get another shot at the Scottish Warrior? Will Cody Rhodes ever successfully save someone without getting hit with a finishing move? And most importantly, will Drew McIntyre continue to pick fights with everyone including people who don't exist yet?